Welcome to Kingdom Come Deliverance by Warhorse Studios. It has finally come out. It's a game that I originally backed on Kickstarter when it was first posted there.
Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted until the nobles, exasperated by the inaction of their ruler, turned for help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary. Sigismund decided on a radical solution. He kidnapped the king to force him to abdicate, then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
And it must. Though that little intro right there is not exactly complete in terms of its details. The situation in the Holy Roman Empire was fairly tense on a religious level. And Sigismund, although he certainly did abdicate the king, he also originally went in there to actually crown him emperor. And then decided along the way, you know what, I might as well crown myself emperor. And to be fair, Sigismund was considerably a greater ruler than Wenceslas, so that's where I stand. Now, this period of time, just before I start the game, one thing I should note is that this period of time is actually fairly... Yeah, it's fairly important in history. It's a couple of years after the fall of the Bulgarian Empire, the Battle of Nicopolis, the formation of Wallachia, which would eventually turn into Romania. So there's a lot of things that were happening around this time period, also the Timurids, Tamerlane, the rise of the Turks, the Bayezid's death, etc., etc. Plenty of things going on around this particular time period, and we're right in the... This game takes place right in the middle of Europe. So, the events here are historical. To what extent that they meddled with history, I don't know. Obviously, just picked up the game. Played a bit, just to see how it runs, all that stuff. But I don't know how much they've changed history. It's also fairly difficult when it comes to medieval history to get an accurate picture about large parts of Europe. It's a language barrier, primarily. Anyway, let's begin. One of the things to point out is the idea of a nation, or even a people. They hold far less purchase within medieval society than the idea of you have a lord, you fight for that lord, you're loyal to that lord. Now, Personally, I couldn't give a damn about all of that. Obviously, most people won't, so don't expect me to be loyal to any particular noble. Silver Scallots, 1403. The importance of this region comes down to its silver mines, based on, silver scallots, of course. Now, there's some things to be said about this game, about expectations versus reality. Now, although the company that made it, or her studios, did get fairly reasonable budget, later down the line, got a lot more people on that, they only got so part through the production, and they had to make a lot of changes, a lot of alterations. Now, the cinematics here, the pre-rendered ones, let's be clear, are pretty awesome, so you can see the potential. The actual game is far less impressive. Performance is bad. There's very bad lip syncing. Don't expect a perfect game. That's one of the things I would have to say. This is still a Kickstarter game.
Today's a scorcher.
Yeah. I think I disabled subtitles, didn't I? I might have to check that option. Anyway.
Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm. Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother. Get up or I'll come get you up, you slugabed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
Okay, so that's all very impressive. Now for the problem.
A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
Okay, so this would decide your stats, some of your stat bonuses. Now I'm gonna go for strength and then speech. So you get the first choice in dialogue, you'll select your character's default characteristic. So I'll go with
I
strength.
was sweating in the forge all day yesterday, and then I was helping Fritz and Matthew with some errands. So I'd say I have a right to be a bit tired.
Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
You think he's teaching me sword fighting, don't you? What use would that be to me? Here. I'm not lying to you, Ma.
All right, then, if you say so. I don't mean to pry, but you know your father takes a dim view of such things.
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere, as usual.
That's unfair.
Really? So where were you until the small hours last night?
I was with Bianca, of course.
You mean at Bianca's tavern? And who was there with you? No, don't tell me, let me guess. Matthew and Fritz. Well, at least you were with Bianca. You should hold on to that one, Hal. She's a clever girl. And invite her for supper sometime. Your father's very fond of her.
Yeah, of course he is. He thinks he'll be able to wheedle the secret of beer brewing out of her.
You're right there. You'd think he was planning to become a brewer in his dotage. Still, that's your father for you. At least he's interested in something, unlike you lot. You're too busy getting into mischief to do an honest day's work. If Fritz and Matthew carry on this way, they'll wind up swinging one day. You mark my words.
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Is Father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
Okay, so the way stats work, let me just open my character screen. The way stats work in this game is that you improve them by doing various activities. So if I open this, so strength, all that kind of stuff, they confer various bonuses. The more strength, the less depletion of stamina when wielding a heavy weapon, most weapons except daggers and sabers, and the more powerful your attacks. Each level up of strength also significantly increases the capacity of your inventory, as well as influencing how fast you can sprint with a heavy load. Strength is increased primarily by combat. So, since I'll try and stay out of some fights, I'm also going to get Stronghold. So, Stronghold blocking an opponent's blows will cost you 30% less stamina. I'll use that to my advantage, alright. Now, I am hungry, and hunger is a factor in this game. Your soul's getting tired, so it's getting thirsty. Now I'm gonna eat from the pot and pick up the cheese. Ultimately, I'm still a gamer, so as any good solid RPG gamer, I'm gonna take everything that isn't nailed to the floor. And then maybe some stuff that's also nailed to the floor. I need the money. I'm a poor peasant. Oh, some bread. That's actually quite useful. I don't know, does food actually spoil in this game? Feels a lot of the perks. A lot of the perk system reminds me of Fallout, to be honest. Or maybe it's Skyrim, really. Okay, am I missing something? Alright, let's talk with Father. Now these houses, the way they're designed, which is not something I can say a lot about other video games set in the medieval era, but the way they remind me of like a peasant museum. Actually, the dialogue should be disabled in cutscenes, so the subtitles should be disabled in cutscenes, but they weren't. But they were disabled in the dialogue scenes there, so maybe it's just a intro part. Grindstone? What? Ah, there we go. There was also supposed to be a crafting system, but they weren't able to fully do it. Anyway.
What's the matter with you, Henry? Didn't you hear me calling you?
Persuasion. had to do something.
Sorry, I had to go and deal with something.
Well, it's no great tragedy. Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzig, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? That drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure, I'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? Alright. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
Okay. Alright, I gotta collect the debt from Kunesh, get the crossguard, go to the tavern to meet with Bianca, and get the ale. Let's start at the castle. Nice, solid castle right there.
I'll be with you.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzig, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and grip. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Ah, shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Okay.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
Let's see about that one, actually. Okay, I don't want to take any damage here, by the way. From falling. Might kill me. Yeah, pigsty. Oh, odd. I need to crouch to enter and exit. Horses. Locked. Can't open. I need to observe this guy. Yeah. He's taking from that pile, adding to there. Is it growing? No. Static. But hey! At least it's a village that feels alive, despite the video game limitations. CryEngine. Such ambition with this project. It might end up as a mess in quite a few regards, but at least, hey, better to have a game that's at least ambitious than one that doesn't take any risks at all. Far less interesting if a game doesn't take any risks.
I'll be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
I knew you'd be trouble. Father says if you don't pay up, he'll come here himself and hammer those nails into your hairy ass.
I'd like to see him try. Fuck off, you bastard, or your old man will be pulling those nails out of you.
I must have misheard you. It sounded like you just told me to clear off. But you wouldn't be stupid enough to think you can steal, not pay your debts, and then try to scare me. Would you?
You son of a whore. How dare you speak to me like that? Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners? No? Well, I'll teach you then.
Oh, I'll beat the shit out of you, mate. Let's go. Okay. How about that? And that. Ooh, I think. Bam, boy. I took some damage.
Here, lily liver. Yow. But
Okay.
now.
Okay, he hit me. He did some damage. Just block that right there. Damn. There we go. Yeah, there seems to be some collision problems. Okay.
Quarter of a thick.
So. There we go. Not so fast, mate. Nice counter swing. Okay. Fall back.
You buggered up there. God damn.
I'm bleeding a bit. Come on. Alright, I need to get them on even ground. It seems that elevation. Can't afford. Okay. Oh. Gotta fall back.
I'm going to enjoy. You butt.
Ooh, he landed a good one there. I think he's more wounded than I am, though. Come on. Nice kick, mate. Come on. Don't want to overextend. Ooh. Overextend myself.
You're going to cry. Curse it.
There we go. Done.
Enough! I give up. Take what you want. It's not much, but it's all I have. You understand?
So, he gave me his keys. Let's see what he has. here. Nothing. Alright, that up. That will help with recovery to an extent. Cook. Not now. I'm keeping these. I've kind of worn out my clothing though with that fight there. Let me go crying back to Mama. Which she said I shouldn't, but hey, don't care. Okay, first I gotta wash the blood off my face.
Ma? Ma! I'm hurt. You won't stop bleeding.
Oh, now, stop squealing like a baby and show me that. There you are, good as new. You ought to learn to do that yourself.
Thanks, Ma.
Okay, that's the first part. So I got in a fight. Won. It's all about directional blocking and attacking. And tiring your opponent out eventually. He has a stamina bar just like you do. And yes, Henry was at the sword fighting. See about that.
All right, blacksmith boy, you got the better of me. Take what you want, but you haven't heard the last.
Ooh, so scared. Yeah, nice with the weapon sheaths. Not so nice the way they're holding their bows. Still.
My very words. The neighbors are missing 2 hens already.
Could have been a weasel.
Or that weasel of a woman.
Let's talk about the price.
Sure, why not?
Okay. So I think I'll go with 15.
What do you say to this?
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll agree.
Fair enough.
Agree?
That sounds pretty interesting. A little less and I'll be satisfied.
That's a sum I can live with.
How are you?
Let's gamble.
Throw some dice. Fancy a game?
Okay. I will go for all in. Okay, so the way you play this, I can go over the rules, but the way you play it, you can only, just glossing over this, but you can only pick up 1s, 5s, or... Okay. So you can only pick up either a 5 or a 1 on their own, or freeze. Wait, how many is it? Yeah, 3 of each or more. And you take them to the side. You can score and roll again, which means that you'll roll the number of dice that you haven't already picked up. The number. So in this case 2. Or you can just keep your score. In this case 650. The goal is to reach 2,000. Now if you get a bust like that, then you don't keep anything.
We'll see. That's it. God's holy hat.
It's kind of a bit like poker, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So I just got 200. You need to reach a total of 2,000. Alright, I will be very happy with taking all of these and scoring and passing. So it gets added to my total score, but I also let my opponent roll his own.
This'll be the one.
I think the AI is somewhat reactive to the way you play. To an extent, at the very least. Okay, that's 600, score and pass. So I have 1,000, he has 0. He doesn't play very well, actually. I'm just doing this for a couple of easy groschen. That's why I put most of my money on the line, because I know I can get it. I played a bit. This is pretty much as far as I got, really. Learning how to play this. Okay, so there's a 5. Alright, nothing else. So, score and roll again. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate. He's playing with fire.
Should I, shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
Yeah. You're gonna get burned, mate. Okay. I think 3 dice is a reasonable enough.
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
Should I, shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
You up for a throw or two?
Should I, shouldn't I? No, I daren't. That's it.
Why didn't he pick up
No
the
luck
ones? That was just... what? Okay. Yeah, roll again. Having 4 dice is reasonable enough.
Rags, fabric, brocade, satin. You'll find it all here.
Fancy throwing a few dice?
Scarlet to please the ladies in your eyes. Just come right up. Red, long and strong to sew up anything you need.
Okay. 2 5s, actually 3 5s. Okay, that's good enough. Score and pass. Move them along.
That's it.
Lucky bitch. Well, at least we're even in score. Seems the more you spend, you're willing to spend, the more the better the AI gets.
We'll see.
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
This'll be the one. No luck tonight.
Linen fabric, dyed and plain, something for everyone.
Okay, halfway there.
Now you.
Ah, not taking the risk this time around. Okay, then. Right, I have to continue though. Give me them freeze. Was worth the risk. It was a shitty hand.
That's it. That's it.
Red, long and
Damn.
strong to sew up anything you need.
The AI needs some work, it seems to me. I mean, he's really making, like...
That's it.
I understand it's, like, tutorial for the whole thing, but it's, like, really amateurish.
That's it.
He's not gonna get another one.
What the hell's with these damn dice?
That's what you get for risking everything.
Satin, damask, scarlet.
We'll see.
Please the ladies in your eyes. Just come right up.
Your turn.
A bit buggy as well when, you know, you finish a game, he moves up. Okay. I did win some.
Fancy throwing a few dice?
Linen fabric, dyed and plain, something for everyone.
Oh well. No 5s, no 1. At least on my side, that is. Yeah, the 5 as well there. Yeah, the 2 5s there. I would have just taken them and moved on.
Should I, shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
Linen fabric, dyed and plain, something for everyone. Lace,
That's it.
come right up and take some home.
Finished.
Fabric, thread, buttons, laces. Come, people, come.
This'll be the one. Hmm. I don't believe it.
I almost didn't see the dice when he dropped it there. Shouldn't I? No.
Strong linen, delicate velvet, beautiful and functional.
Now you.
Yep, this is my last game, by the way. Unless I lose, then I need to recover my dignity. Okay. Give me a 1 or a 5 or both.
That's it. No luck tonight.
Strong linen, delicate velvet, beautiful.
Hail to the hero. Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
It was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
No mother's happy when a son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. But the world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yes.
All right, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
Okay, while he does that, I'm gonna go buy some charcoal.
Good day.
let's talk about the price.
Naturally.
Are we agreed?
You're right, Pinch Purse. Finally, a reasonable sum.
Okay, 0.9 groschen. Let me go to the sword fighting. Show how it's done. It does feel like a medieval village. You really don't want to sprint too much. You might run into a fight where you're low on stamina, which obviously regenerates slower. This guy is wearing a full armor. Gambison, I think.
Jesus! Look where you're going! So, can we get started?
Sure.
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far.
Alright, so let's get to the sword fighting tutorial.
Start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it.
Alright.
Alright. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself.
Very well.
The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times. Alright. Good. Let's try something else. One strike, I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another.
How are my clothes ripped on my arms? It was punching, not fighting. It's the damage model. There we go.
Alright, that's enough. I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat. There's nothing better than experience, believe me.
Not sure you'd become the greatest sword fighter through just fighting people in battle. Training regimen by a master sword sword fighter, probably the best way. Anyway, I got the charcoal. Now all I need is some ale. I also could buy some lockpicks. I really could use those, in my opinion. What, you think I'm not gonna steal everything that is?
What is it?
Okay, so that's not gonna sell what I need. Let's see about this one.
How are you? Kettles for water, baskets for goods, and torches for the night. I have it all.
What I heard about him, he's a right sneaker.
She was well pleased, as you can imagine. Even more when I told her Fonda will take everything she knows.
That's great. A bit of extra coin never hurts.
What will...
Good day.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's too much. I don't have any money right now. Let me haggle.
Can we do something about the price?
Naturally.
Is this enough?
You're right, Pinch Purse. This is a waste of time.
Someone really isn't happy. Okay, let's try again. Okay.
Can we do something about the price?
Aye?
Agree?
Come now, just a little more and we have a deal. All right, sir.
Okay, let's buy some ale then.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tartars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with
is
you,
opposed
Henry.
to your king.
I'm with you,
So
Matthew.
are such lords as
What's going on here?
Rosenberg,
Deutsch is spouting shit.
What?
and
Just
Wilhelm
listen and you'll
are
hear for yourself.
Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzik is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your Diet will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
and don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but...
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. But what can you do? I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory? Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge Parlement. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house. You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some tears will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king. So, Hal, are you with us?
No. I think you're being stupid. You don't need to defend the honor of a king. That's a fucking idiot by all accounts. Oh, yeah, by the way, by the time this whole conflict is resolved, there will have been 3 popes and 3 kings vying for the imperial throne. What a bloody awesome situation.
Not that I don't want to teach the Deutsch a lesson, but I really don't have time.
Well, that's disappointing. Still, we can manage without you. Let's go, lads.
Honestly, Hal, how could you possibly chance like this?
Because I'm not stupid.
I'll be back in 2 shakes. I'll bring it right away.
Bianca?
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
Just ale.
What else could I expect from a village lout? What will it be then, ragamuffin?
The Deutsch is mouthing off again.
Oh, don't talk to me about him. He's a good customer, but when it comes to politics, he's unbearable. The number of times I had to throw him and the others out so they wouldn't start brawling.
Well, I'd say he's in exceptional form today. I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vanyek?
I suppose. He's a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite, Savior Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Alright, save your schnapps. You can't just save in this game, you need to use these save your schnapps in order
Alright.
to actually save. Oh, I can go up here, but there's absolutely nothing. I could start stealing from people. Let me just... Okay.
There's no end to this screaming.
Okay.
freshly whitewashed house. Now you see what comes of your blabbering. This
What is
wouldn't
it?
have happened if you kept your beak shut.
Wait a moment. How did you find out what I said in the tavern anyway? Why did you go there?
Matthias was here. You should be grateful. He wanted to save you from a beating.
You idiot woman! Who do you think did this? It was that brat and his cronies. They just wanted to lure you away.
Oh.
Now that makes some sense. A whole lot of sense, even. The gate is closed. So the village surrounding the castle, several walls even, protecting said castles. Weak walls, easily destroyed, but still. There's a travel point to Skalitz. I can't use it, I think, at the moment. I really need to find someone to oh, I can't pick that. I really need a lockpick. One of the traders should have. Maybe the blacksmith would make sense. Can you mark things? Yes, you can, I think. Yep. Just an X.
Fabric.
Good day.
What is it?
Okay, without the lockpick, it will be fairly difficult to achieve anything here. I mean, I can go in and steal stuff that isn't, you know, particularly valuable, but all the valuable stuff is. Okay. Alright, time to go back. But I'm not gonna go back to the blacksmith. I will need to find a place to save, which will be the bed. I don't need to sleep for a lot. I just need to sleep to stop for enough time in order, obviously, just to get the save game. That's the tutorial section. Nice, quiet village in Bohemia. Could use a new pair of clothes, though, I'll admit that much. Wait. Oh, I can actually save. Shit. That was... Okay, well, that was a good waste of some Savior Schnapps, but whatever. Costin signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.